You can start whenever you're ready. We're good to go.
Okay, I'd like to thank everybody for coming tonight. We will start, I'm going to call this meeting to order, and we will begin with the flag salute. And Donna, will you lead us in the flag salute?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right. That takes us to any changes or additions to the agenda.
None at this time, thank you.
Move to make a motion for the consent agenda.
I move we approve the consent agenda as written.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Danny, did you want to unmute Jake to get his approval for consent?
Yeah, but how do I unmute him? Oh, there we go.
Aye.
Okay, thanks, Jake.
We just want to make sure you're really there. Okay.
Okay, superintendent's report.
I'm very excited to have Executive Director of Fiscal Services, Paul McCoy, with us again this evening to provide our monthly financial report. So I'm going to turn it over to Paula.
Hello and welcome this afternoon or evening, as it now is. It's been a couple months. Hope everyone had a great holiday break, and it's nice to be back. We've got a couple months actually included in the report, but we'll focus on December as we go through the financial update. Oh, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be talking about the month of December. For our enrollments, we did see a small decrease in our enrollment for the month of January. We went down by about 2 FTE from December. Right now, we are seeing a lot of changes with second semester, which is pretty typical for this time of year. So that is to be expected. The state audit I was mentioning earlier today is coming up for the rest of the board. The school district routinely gets audited by the state of Washington. This year they'll be doing a 2-year audit for compliance with laws and regulations and board policies, and also a financial and federal single audit. So we'll be looking at our financial reporting, making sure that we're reporting our finances accurately, and also looking at our compliance with federal grants. And that work will start in the next couple weeks. As a part of that audit, they'll engage with some of the board members and ask questions. I know that they interviewed our board president last year. So don't worry if they reach out to you to ask questions, that's normal, and you'll be engaged in part of that audit process. We continue to work on balancing our current year budget, and as we go through the financial update, you'll see that our expenses continue to be under budget, which has been a concerted effort of the district administration to do that.
Okay. That's okay. I'll just do it. You let me know.
So quick update on enrollment. We haven't really seen a material change in enrollment. We are down just a little bit, as I mentioned, from the previous month, but no significant changes for the month of January. On the revenue side of things, last time we did a financial update, we were looking at the month of October and talking about the big change in taxes. Looking at November, you can see that big decrease in revenue from budget. That is the offset of that big increase in taxes. So because of the timing of when those taxes hit. You're seeing that between October and November on the financial report. December, we were right within our budget for revenues. So right on track with where we had projected we would be. Looking at our aggregate expenditures for the year, month by month, for the month of December, we are down from our projected expenses. What's attributing to that primarily, or the majority of that, is our payroll expenses, which account for, again, 90% of our budget. So 90% of our expenditures as a district is our payroll and benefits. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we get closer to that when we look at the payroll side. Cash flow, again, the yellow line represents our board minimum fund balance policy. The blue line is our budgeted cash flow, where we budgeted in terms of our revenues and expenses, and monthly what we projected our cash flow to be. The red is our actual. So we are a little higher due to our revenues being right on target, but our expenses being lower than target. So we are, for the month of December, sitting about $9 million for our fund balance. For the general fund, for our supplies, looking at our expenses for the year, the month of December, we are down a little bit from budget when we compare it to budget, and also for the prior year. In the prior year, we actually ran one additional payroll or one additional pay cycle in the month of December. So that's the difference that you're seeing. This year, with the timing and with employee leave that last week, we didn't run a last check cycle like we normally do. So the month of December, for the supplies, the accounts payable, we don't have as many expenses for that reason. You'll see that offset in the month of January. For the payroll, this is our projected and actual expenses for the year. The first half of the year, we did have a number of employees on the paid leave program. We coming into the month of January, we don't have nearly the same number of employees on that program. So that's attributing to some of our payroll being lesser than budget. We've also had some positions that have, like for example, our director of maintenance position, we've had that position go vacant, and the district has not filled that position. So we have some vacancies that we've not filled that have come up, which is attributing to some of those expenses being lower than our projection. So that is where we're at in terms of our payroll. Any questions on the finance update? I think that went last. Oh wait, I've got one more slide. Oh, there it is. This is Dr. Rodriguez.
That's me saving money.
With the budget. Any questions on the financial update? All right. Thank you again.
Thanks, Paula.
I don't have any additional slides for you this evening. I am looking forward to our semi-annual board retreat tomorrow. So we will be taking a look back to our last board retreat in July to see how far we've come in the last 6-7 months. And also talking some about the process for the strategic plan, among a few other topics. So it should be a good day together. So I'm looking forward to that.
Very good. I'm looking forward to it as well. All right, board communication. Let's start with Jake. Have anything?
Yeah, evening all. Can you all hear me okay?
We can hear you.
Yeah, I'll just be brief, but just wanted to shout out Joni Jaquinto's team and the career services that got to support interviews for the mock interview process 2 weeks ago at RHS. I mean, every kid we got to speak to was polished and had some good skill set already in the interview space, and it was just a fun process to be a part of. So I really appreciate those opportunities and hope that those keep coming our way, and encourage others, parents, people in the district to volunteer as well. On the legislative side, since we last meeting 2 weeks ago, there are 4 active Senate bills currently in committee around the big 3 topics, 2 around special ed, 1 in MSOC, 1 on transportation. Those are all 4 in committee currently. What I will do is I'll send these bill numbers to Danny to have in the minutes. But it's early in the process. One thing that I highlighted last meeting was the bill tracker on the WA or ledge.wa.gov website, which is really seamless and user friendly. And there's a cool feature where you can actually send a comment directly to your legislators, showing your support and adding any commentary and so forth. So I would encourage those that I look at these bills. Again, it's ledge.wa.gov, and I'll make sure that these 4 bills are referenced in the minutes for everyone's reference. That's all. Thank you.
Thanks, Jake. Donna?
I would like to thank Paula for her presentation tonight. I have missed the budget presentation, so it's nice to have you back. And a big thank you to the district for the recognition bags that we got. Lots of school swag, lots of really cool gifts. Thank you.
Amanda?
Yes, I was also going to thank whoever put those bags of awesomeness together. It was amazing. There was the macarons that were incredible, and like handmade pottery. And then we've really upped our game as a board now for our swag for like representing the schools with hoodies and stuff. And I appreciate it. I've already had opportunities to wear them to a lot of the schools, which was fun. Also on last Friday, I wore my swag to the bingo night, which was hosted by the Ridge, the middle school nonprofit group that supports the school. And that was a super cool fundraiser event for the school. And saw a couple of the admin there, so it was really fun.
Amber?
Okay, I had the opportunity to attend the city council meeting last week with Dr. Rodriguez and President Jones. That was really wonderful to hear council members reflecting on our school levies and community investment in schools in Ridgefield. Wanted to just say congratulations to Mayor Cole and Mayor Pro Tem Shipman. They selected new leadership at that meeting as well. And overall, it was just nice to see another local government meeting, because I'm not a city resident, so I don't always go to city council meetings, but it was nice to be there. And reminder that my coffee talk time will be the 3rd Thursday of the month, moving forward from 9 to 10 at Lava Java. So I think that is February. It's in February, so we already did January. So I'll get the date out. I'm not looking at my calendar right now, but 3rd Thursday, 9 to 10. Also just wanted to do appreciation for our community ed program. The basketball program right now is going on, and I think we have something like 400 kids across all the districts playing like little kid basketball, young people basketball, and it's just it's been really fun to see all the families out. And the kids, regardless of how many times they've ever played basketball, getting a chance to be on a team and getting supported by all parent volunteer coaching teams. So appreciation and thanks to the parents for helping to support that program. And then also the Resource Center and the Ridgefield Community Gleaners, just wanted to say an appreciation to that community organization that is supporting our Resource Center with collecting produce and fundraising for fresh food to supplement the Resource Center so that families can access fresh food when they need it. So that's it for me. Yeah.
Thank you. And yes, I want to first, Paula, thank you for your presentation. I'd also like to thank Dr. Rodriguez and Chris Griffith. I know that you guys have been getting out into the community and to the other school buildings and just basically talking to anybody and everybody, presenting the facts on the levies and getting that good information out there. I know it's a lot of work, a lot of moving, but I have heard good. I know Chris, you presented to the Lions a couple times. I've gotten good feedback from that, and I got to join Dr. Rodriguez at the library, Friends of the Library, and that was cool. I got to meet some new people and just a different group that maybe hasn't been reached out to before. So that was nice. So good work, appreciate that. And I was also at city council meeting. That was great to get their support. I want to thank the city council for listening to us and giving us the time and also the support. I also joined that mock interview at the high school put on, and I think it was great for a community feed, like being able to just be a community member and participate in that and help give information back to those kids on preparing them for those life skills, going forward, and being able to sit in front of a stranger and pretty much try to sell themselves. And it takes practice, and that's what that was. It was fun for me to see that, because I remember a long time ago now, but being in their shoes and how nerve-wracking that can be. So the more opportunity they can get in a kind of a safe place, it helps them get prepared to be successful later. So that was a great thing that Joni and her team put on. And it was great that community members stepped up and filled that spot for them. So yeah, that's it. So now we're to old business. Oh, skipped over public comment. Danny?
There is no public comment tonight.
Okay. So now we're at old business.
Oops, sorry.
Sure that I was just not missing paper. All right, so we have just one old business item. It is action to approve resolution number 2024-2025-005, resolution adopting the study and survey. The full study and survey was included in the board packet for the meeting earlier this month. It's included, I believe, again. We are required to have the board adopt the study and survey as completed as part of the D-form process to access School Construction Assistance Program or SCAP funds through OSPI. So recommendation for the board to approve.
Can I have a motion?
I move that we approve item 8A as written.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 I don't know if Jake wants to.
Jake?
I shared an eye.
Okay. Thanks, Jake.
Okay.
All right, that
Yeah.
takes us to new business.
Sorry. All right, new business. The first one before you, item 9A, is to approve the updated developer extension agreement authorizing reimbursement from Clark Regional Wastewater District. There was a previous agreement that was executed by the board that wasn't completely finalized and costs have changed. This is not an agreement that's requiring any outlay of investment or money from the district. This is so that the wastewater district will pay us back 50% of the cost. So it is approximately about $1 million that will go back into our impact fee account, which is part of what is currently scheduled, hopefully, to go towards elementary number 3.
That we approve 9A.
I second.
Any discussion?
It's great to get some funding back.
Nice to get money back. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, moving on to item 9C. Here we go. Oh, sorry, B. Yes, you're correct. Approve resolution number 2024-2025-006. This is a resolution of the Board of Directors certifying those who may sign documents on the board's behalf for the elementary school site number 3 project. We've listed just myself as the superintendent as an official signer for that project. This resolution is also required through the OSPI SCAP program to be on file for us to move forward to the D4, which we must do by Friday. So recommending the board approve it.
I move we approve item 9B as written.
I second.
Any discussion?
I do just have a quick clarification question. This, we will still review contracts, et cetera, if we move forward on building a school. This is just saying for this form through the state.
This would be
You can
for future matters related to that project. We would still need to go out for bid. So
Right.
there are
Okay.
things that would come back before, but the state needs to know that I can sign
You
off
can sign on
this.
Okay, thank you.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Moving to item 9C. This is to approve LSW Architects Contract Amendment number 11 for redesign and completion of services for elementary number 3. This project has been a really long time in the making, which is why we're all the way to amendment number 11. We worked really hard between our staff and their staff to reconcile amendments 1 through 10 and the original agreement, so that we're not working off of several different iterations. So this amendment details all of the remaining work to be provided, the redesign work that is required due to updated code requirements, and at our request to reduce the overall cost for reduced square footage of the original design. With this amendment, we will close out all prior purchase orders and really moving forward just this as a clean and hopefully transparent iteration of what's left to be done. The total amount is $1,144,361.13. And it's recommended the board approve the amendment for LSW Architects in that amount for all remaining design and support services for elementary number 3.
You go, Donna, you go.
I move that we accept 9C as written.
I second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the last new business item tonight is first reading of new board policy number 3226, interviews and interrogations of students on school premises. There has been a lot of things in the news the last few weeks. And in reviewing our current policies and the WASDA model policies, we found that we did not have policy or procedure 3226 in place. This is model policy that comes directly from WASDA, and it details the relationship and what the district will do in terms of working with law enforcement, the Department of Children, Youth and Families, the County Health Department, Immigration Services, etc., in order to minimize the interruption to the instructional program. The policy basically very clearly states that the district discourages interviews and interrogations of students on school premises, that generally interviews by any agency would need to be conducted at the agency or the student's home. There are some special circumstances, such as in a child protective services complaint, where the school would have that interview on the school campus due to the content of that investigation. This model policy from WASDA was last revised in December of 2018. Again, this is just our first read tonight, so happy to answer any questions, but we'll bring this back to you for a vote at the next board meeting on February 11th.
Do you have any questions? That being said, we will next into executive session, and I believe we do have executive session
We
tonight.
do. We have a need for an executive session for the purpose of discussing performance of a public employee. We'll only need 10 minutes.
All right.
I move we go into an executive session for 10 minutes.
I second.
Any discussion? All approve?
Aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Mhm.